Thank you for watching Ben Television. The program is You Decide. This is where we give you facts, information, and analysis. But who is going to decide? You decide. And I'm so glad you're watching. Today, we're going to go through so many things because of what has happened in the last 7 days. And I have with me in the studio, first of all, a guest who normally resides in Germany, but is just hanging on in Nigeria because he has a load of work to do there. We have the pleasure of Honorable Kenneth Gbadi, all the way from Nigeria this morning, a representative of ADC. In fact, I'm going to give him a special introduction later in this program. But Honorable Kenneth, you are welcome to the program. We have him in the house, Nat Iyakwo. Nat, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everybody.
Last but not the least, our man from Italy, Macmillan. I love the name Macmillan, but it's Mark Godwin. Mark, you are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Shegun. It's a bright, beautiful day here in Italy.
Finally, it has arrived. The NHS vaccine passport, this morning it was announced, and the British Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, will be explaining more later today. So what happened? How do you get a vaccine passport? Do you have to download the NHS passport, the NHS app, not the one you have right now? A new NHS app that will determine and will inform everyone whether you have been vaccinated or not, or whether you have tested positive or negative. So you will carry this everywhere you go, and it will continuously inform you which countries to go, which ones not to go. They have made countries in the different lights, like traffic lights, green countries where you can go and return to the country without any quarantining at all. Amber countries where you are subjected to some restrictions, and red countries where you don't go at all. So these are the things that the government will unfold later today by the British Prime Minister. So they call it NHS app. They did not say it's a vaccine passport, but between you and me, it is the vaccine passport. It is finally here. You will hear more of it as the day unfolds. Nat, what's your immediate reaction?
Well, since it's just been announced this morning, I am really not up to date with the NHS passport. I will want to comment at a later date.
Okay, so we'll give more. Mark, do you think Italy will be happy? Is Italy on the red list of Britain, or is because I know Italy takes a lot of revenue from tourism? How happy will Italy be that a British tourist can now travel out?
Very happy, sir. Let me also say that the NHS passport is coming at the very right time. You know, summer is on the way, and I think it's the Minister of Transport that said this plan should be in place. So it will be a beautiful summer if people can also get that passport and make traveling easy. Coming to Italy, obviously, Italy, like you know, is a tourist zone, and the government have been looking into ways of making it happen again. Almost a year now, things have been on lockdown, standstill, no move, and it affected the tourist industry a lot. There is some good news anyway. Yesterday morning, the Senate, the House of Parliament, Italy, approved the government's funding of the pandemic recovery plan. So some of the money we got from the EU will now be put into use in the tourism sector. Will now be able to help small businesses. So this was the news yesterday, and it's quite welcoming.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you for that release of news. In the meantime, Nat, please bring us up to date with Indian variant and how it is that they have been affected in India. What's going on in India?
Thank you very much. India is a country of 1.4 billion people,
Mm.
and India has the biggest or largest pharmaceutical industry that produces vaccine. It's
Mm.
known as Serum Industrial India. And when the COVID-19 came in 2020 in India, India managed to have been able to handle initially the COVID, especially with the production of the vaccine, and especially in the first wave. But India had had very, very serious health challenges uh, since the beginning of April 2021. That was more of their second wave. Uh, India was able to export vaccines to other countries, even to America, United Kingdom, even Russia. And other countries were using India as their country for even producing vaccine. But it looks like India, out of every 2 vaccines that India produced, one was exported. And so when the second wave came in, starting from April 1st, India didn't have enough vaccine to vaccinate the people. And before the second wave, they had only been able to vaccinate 10% of 1.4 billion people. So 10% is almost negligible. And because India was in a situation where we are called a perfect storm, they were not able to manage the second wave of COVID-19. As we
Mm.
speak, India has run out of vaccine. They don't have enough vaccine for their people. And their hospitals are overwhelmed. There is no more bed spaces in any hospital. They have converted even some of their trains, even parking lots into COVID hospitals, and they have run out of oxygen, basic necessity for managing COVID patients. They have run out of bed space. Their crematorium can no longer accommodate people. They are now burning people in the public like a bonfire. This is the stage which India had reached.
Nat, let me quickly ask you a question. The
Yes.
British government sent some relief materials, but when they opened the plane, they said it was too scanty. The Indian people are not happy at all. What do you think? How do you think we can rectify this situation? There are 18 million Indians across the globe, and all of them are striving to send something home to relieve. But why did the British government send something scanty to a population of 1.4 billion?
Well, Britain or United Kingdom also still has her own health challenges with COVID. They cannot.
Take care of themselves, right?
Yes, they say charity begins at home, but it shouldn't end
Okay.
there anyway.
Okay. We'll have to leave it there because I want to ask Mark something. Mark from Milan. Mark,
Yes.
It looks like the Indian Prime Minister will be losing his seat because Narendra Modi, they are blaming him for poorly handling the COVID issue. And the election is not too far. Is that the end of Indian Prime Minister Modi?
Well, it looks like Dr. Segun. This is it's overwhelming. The situation in India is serious. And one interesting thing, Dr. Segun, is India crisis matters to the whole world. As at this morning, like I just tweeted there, we have India has surpassed 200,000 COVID death cases, and it's climbing. Now, the howling scene we see from India is shocking the world, and it shows how they are struggling with this COVID case. The outbreak is not just for India. It's a crisis for everybody, for the whole world. And this disease, like we all know, knows no boundary. It has no, it knows no age or religion or any person. It comes to anybody if you're not careful. The government is not, can't stand the situation. It's overwhelming. Yes, UK sent some relief package. France, Italy, everybody have been sending. Italy sent gas burners to them and some gas cylinders. And I think France did the same thing. Even Spain, as at yesterday, Spain, EU combined, we are sending, packaging some relief things. But like you just said, Dr. Segun, it's more than that. It's more than sending gas cylinders and all that. It is a situation that needs to bring in doctors also. They need expatriates, doctors from other countries to come and help India, or else it will blow up to the whole of Asia. Remember, India borders with so many other countries. By the
so
side.
many, yeah.
Yes, and the other sad thing, because you have Hong Kong also and all these other countries around. The other sad thing is the Indians are not actually helping themselves. They are still going ahead having clusters of people in their usual festivals. You know, India is a very traditional country. So they have their festivals, feasts, and parties. And you still see those gatherings of people, regardless of this situation that has befallen them. So
they should have banned the latest festival, shouldn't they? They should not have allowed that. They should
this
not
is
have.
Where, exactly. This is where the government regulation comes in. This is where the president, the prime minister is to be held, because there should be check. There should be regulations now. There should be government imposing strict sanctions.
Okay, thank you, Mark. I want to get back to Honorable Kenneth in Nigeria. How seriously should Nigeria be scared of what has gone in India? Because Nigeria and India, they have a close ties, and many Indians have even come in the last 2 weeks. What did the Nigerian government stop Indians from coming in? Should we be very much scared of the Indian variant coming up in Nigeria? Please tell us.
Yes, as I was saying, that I've been in Nigeria for the past two months. And apart from the international airports and most government offices, or what we say photo ops, where they have the mask, we basically have a feeling that nothing is happening in this country in terms of COVID-19. And so we don't have the feeling that such fears around the country. I've been to Lagos, I've been to Abuja, I'm currently in Asaba, and I can tell you such fears. It's not. I mean, I can't have any sense of such fears being around.
Wow, and with the number of Indians streaming into Nigeria, and so we should be informing all Nigerians not to mingle with Indians at the moment, especially the Nigerians living in India. I mean, who have just come into Nigeria. So Nigerians should be aware. And this Indian variant, I understand, is difficult to kill. It's very devastating. And Nats, to what extent is this Indian variant potent?
It's very lethal.
Wow.
Very,
so
very.
Nigerians should be aware, yeah.
And my concern for Nigeria is we are almost in the situation India was at the beginning of April. We're almost a perfect storm now in Nigeria, because in Nigeria the vaccine has not gone around. It's gone around. Less than 50% of the people have been vaccinated. People are not keeping to the COVID-19 protocol. No social distancing, and there is vaccine hesitancy. And people, there are still individuals who are saying there is nothing like COVID. And again, the level of our poverty is like India, is a contributing factor. Then our healthcare system is not there at all. If there is any India incident in Nigeria, we are finished. We are finished. Yeah, so that is the situation we now find ourselves. And our Nigerian government is not making efforts to buy vaccine. They are waiting for charity. They are waiting. You don't play with the health of your people.
Now, one more time, I will call in Honorable Kenneth. I want to, what's going on in Germany? Our viewers will want to know how Germany is coping. Germany has not done too well in the last few weeks. Maybe they have done better now. You are a normal resident in Germany. So, Kenneth, please tell us what's going on in Germany.
I was going to say something.
Yes, go on, Mark. Go on, Mark.
Yes, Germany is trying to meet up. Yesterday, the Prime Minister Angela said everybody, no exemption, everybody must be vaccinated before June. So the Germans are taking into recognition the importance of the vaccine and being vaccinated.
Does that include the children? Does everybody include the children?
Well, at this point, you know, they are still trying to bring the vaccine for children. So at this point, it's probably the adults.
But
it's not yet.
If the United States could vaccinate 200 million people in less than 100 million days, then they could vaccinate about 75 million of Germans in 60 days, I believe.
Yes, 75 million. Yes, it can be done. It can be done. Yes, it can be done. And take note that some of the pharmaceutical companies are actually situated there in Germany. So, but the thing now is when that blood clotting came up, a lot of the AstraZeneca vaccine was halted, and that affected the vaccine in Germany because they had more. Yes.
We have Kenneth now. Kenneth, are you hearing me? Nod your head if you are hearing me. Just nod your head and I'll know that you are hearing me. Okay, so tell us the situation in Germany. We want our viewers to know what is going on in Germany. Can you?
Yes, it's not looking very good in Germany currently. They are going back to, actually there was a lot of celebration that Germany was able to get things under control at the beginning, which is typically a good sign. But currently, as we speak, Hamburg is on lockdown, coming from 9 o'clock in the evening to 5 o'clock in the morning. The same thing also with some of the bigger states around. So it's not looking very good. The numbers are going up astronomically, and I think these are variants from the Indian and other variants are actually having an effect in Germany. So currently, it's not looking so good. But I trust the German government; they're getting their hands around them. That's why we're having a couple of restrictions here and there. And then normally, if I'm traveling back from Nigeria, as the case would have been in 3 to 4 weeks ago, I will simply have a 1 week quarantine. And if I have a test that says negative, I have to probably come out of quarantine within 5 days. Currently, if I come back to Germany now, I have to stay 10 days without any exception. So you can see it's not looking very good.
Oh, thank you very much for that summary. That's very good. We'll just leave this COVID issue because there are so many things to discuss about the security system in Nigeria. And it appears that good people, I mean, people who really want the best for Nigeria, they started giving up that the government of President Buhari is not doing enough and possibly cannot do enough. We want you to watch this video by Wole Soyinka, what is said of the Buhari administration. Well, he has not given up. We have not given up. But things are getting worse. This program is going to show the worst of the challenges of insecurity in Nigeria. So be prepared. And please, your viewers' discretion is called for. Watch Wole Soyinka as he is tired of Buhari's administration.
So, President Muhammadu Buhari administration in Nigeria.
Whose administration?
President Muhammadu Buhari administration.
I don't want to talk about Muhammad Buhari's administration at all. I think it's best for my sanity to avoid that overall question. I can take bits and pieces of Nigeria's present predicament. But I think for one sense of balance, one should just forget the existence of the Buhari administration.
Well, you had it all from Wole Soyinka. That was not a fake news. Nat, has it come so bad to this?
It's worse than that. Because in the past 1 week, or even what happened yesterday in the National Assembly in Abuja, Senate and House of Reps, are saying that the President Buhari should declare a state of emergency in the security sector in Nigeria. Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe. The 36 states in Abuja, nobody is safe. People are being killed. It is ongoing every day. People are being killed in Borno State, in Yobe State, in Benue State, in Niger State, in Zamfara State, in Katsina, and even Sokoto. So it has reached a point now that nobody is providing security for anybody. Nigeria, the government has lost its legitimacy, has lost its constitutional duties are not being carried out, especially when it comes to providing security and welfare for the citizens. People are being kidnapped. The Afaka 30 that there, university undergraduates have been pulled out of their hostels in the night. Just yesterday, in Benue State, Makurdi, suspected gunmen went into an IDP camp and killed 7 people. IDP camp is supposed to be a refuge for people who have been displaced, but armed men are now going to IDP camps to kill people. So bad.
Well, what we'll do right now, because we have so many videos to show our viewers, let's go on a short break. When we return, we'll be listening to many people who are tired of what is going on in Nigeria. And we'll be listening to people like El-Rufai before he came into power. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Schengen Story magazine is an African international bi-monthly magazine based in Milan, Italy, and founded in 2016. The publication focuses on personalities, fashion, style, entrepreneurship, and culture for Africans. Though articles on food, movies, fitness, music, travel, sports, technology, and books are also featured. Our lives full of best stories. A lot can happen in a month. Expand your mind, change your world. Get Schengen Story magazine's full editions. Celebrating Africans make an impact. Read better, the inside story. Your fashion magazine for a better lifestyle. Inspiring stories for you. Your monthly dose of entertainment. A better mind keeping you updated.
Hashtag Schengen Story magazine. Get Schengen Story magazine full editions.
Give yourself away for me.
Welcome back. At a time like this, we just have to have a sober reflection on the most populous country in Africa, Nigeria. And it appears that things are getting worse in the area of insecurity. Everybody thought President Buhari, former general, will be hands-on and will get things under control when he came to power 6 years ago. Unfortunately, it has gone from bad to worse. And it's so sad that nobody could even know whether the president was or is present or absent. Nobody could say anything in that area. But we thought he would be supported by able men in the cabinet and among the governors. But listen to what the present governor of El-Rufai said when he was in opposition. And so one would have thought, oh, a governor like El-Rufai was going to do something big when it comes to power. But he's been in power for 6 years, and Kaduna State is the worst hit, with several students captured and still being captured in Greenfield University, in School of Agriculture, and the students are being killed. 5 of them at Greenfield University. 5, we don't know what has happened to Afaka 30. So, but let's listen to El-Rufai when he was in opposition.
That has become so incompetent will be praising them and say that, oh, terrorism is happening, Jonathan is doing nothing. Well done, Jonathan. Are we supposed to do that? We are in opposition. Our job is to look at even good things that they are doing and say they are not doing it well. That is the job of opposition. So we have no apologies for pointing out to Nigerians that this government is incompetent and has failed to provide security. If you say we are politicizing it, fix the problem so that we can't politicize it. Okay? Are we politicizing breathing of air? Every Nigerian can breathe air. We can't politicize it because there is no problem there. But if you fail to supply petroleum products and we say you are failing, you say we are politicizing it. Fix the problem so that we don't politicize it. If you say that there is terrorism, we are politicizing it, eliminate terrorism. 5 years ago, nobody is talking about terrorism in Nigeria. Under Jonathan, it has become an industry. And we should not take advantage of their failings so that we secure the votes of Nigerians in the next elections. There must be something wrong with them. We have made suggestions to the government on how to improve security. They have ignored it. They have set up 5 different committees that have given them recommendations how to address this problem of terrorism in the last 3 years. They have not implemented one. They are incompetent. But they try to blame other people.
So at this stage that we are right now with terrorism in Nigeria, what do you think is the solution, especially on how to rescue the girls?
Look, the government has the solution to this problem. Several committees have given them recommendations. They should just implement the recommendations in their drawer. Okay? As for rescuing the girls, we have seen examples of what countries do when this situation happens. You should have military action on the one hand and negotiation on the other hand. You should not foreclose anything because the lives of your citizens are at risk and you don't want to lose one life. You don't want to lose the life of one person. You don't want to lose the life of 250 girls. So whatever it takes to rescue those girls should be done. If one of these girls was Jonathan's daughter, the story will be different. The only reason why these girls are still in captivity is because they are not the daughter of any important man in Nigeria, and we know it. And if you say I'm politicizing terrorism, go and rescue the girls so that I don't have a basis to politicize it.
Well, you have heard it from El-Rufai as an opposition man. Kenneth, let me start with you. Honorable Kenneth, are you there with us? We know that you are the representative of ADC, African Democratic Congress. You are also the Deputy National Chairman of ADC, and you are the Chairman Europe Diaspora of ADC. Now, how will you handle the security situation? That you have had the man El-Rufai. What are your immediate taking?
Well, it's a typical Nigerian politician speaking from both sides of the mouth. I mean, every idiot, sorry to use that word, understands what he said when he was in opposition. We are told that the electricity, every serious government can fix electricity within 2 years. we are told that if a security threat lasts more than 24 hours, the government have hands in that. But now they are in the power, and the story is different. Yes, I had your summary. Everybody had expected that the current president, General Muhammadu Buhari, being the ex-military man, that the security issue of Nigeria will be a thing of the past. If we need to be sincere with ourselves, the security situation has gone worse. But not that we are actually very surprised. Most of us who has been following the president. In 2015, I wrote an article on African News Analysis that if Mr. President wins that 2015 election, he's going to spend half of his time in his hospital, and he has not the mental capacity and intellectual capacity to read the files and confront the current issues confronting this country in this modern age. And I think I've improved right over and over again. So it's a sad situation. In fact, there's no day you open up a newspaper in Nigeria without hearing somebody being kidnapped or somebody being killed. And these are high-profile kidnapping and high-profile killing. So in terms of security, Dr. Shego, let's be very honest that this government has failed us totally. They are very, very simple issues. The body language of Mr. President. If a sheikh, a religious leader, can identify and find where the bandits are and able to discuss with them and negotiate with them, and our top military brass are telling us that they can't find the bandits, then somebody needs to give us an explanation. If we can, 300 students can be moved with a luxurious bus or 2 luxurious boxes, and no military intelligence, no state intelligence can identify them, then there's a total collapse in intelligence unit of Nigerian security system, and that boils down to the death of Mr. President. That Mr. President has not demonstrated the capacity, both mentally, intellectually, and otherwise, to confront the security situation in Nigeria.
Thank you so much, Nat. Everybody is talking of military betrayal, that every intelligence report is being betrayed and given to Boko Haram. What do we know of this betrayal policy?
Well, I think the military really don't have any moral right to say at this moment, blaming civilians for mismanaging information, being more moles. It's been established and it's known that even within the military, there are moles passing information to the enemy about their movement, about their logistics, and the Boko Haram have used this to decimate members of the Nigerian military. So the excuse or the failure on both sides.
Mark, what do you think we can do to wake up President Buhari right now? Many governors are shouting, and I'm going to present some of their shouts in a moment. But if Buhari is sleeping, can he ever be woken up, or is it a waste of time, like Soyinka said?
Thank you, Dr. Shego. I want to say that our man is awoken. He's very active and awake. The thing is this: President Buhari doesn't see what is going on as a problem. He's not seeing this whole thing as a catastrophe that will blow up into his face. First of all, if Nigerians will complain of the present Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, and he doesn't see any reason with that, and people will complain of different things, and he will use words, they will see it as oppositions making allegations against them. So that's where the problem is. He's not seeing this as a problem. He's very awake to this whole situation. Obviously, he gets briefings in the morning, he gets briefings in the evening, and he's following up. Well, he is seeing it from a different perspective, a totally different perspective. He's seeing things like as opposition parties against them. Some people are trying to bring down his government. and all that. So this is where the problem lies, because people are ready to come in. The senators now are crying. You see the emotional plea on the House yesterday, and after it comes to nothing, because the leadership doesn't see it as a problem. They are seeing it that some group of people are trying to bring down their government. And you can also see from the events happening in Nigeria, in the heat of all this, you will see them going for functions and activities, events, instead of addressing these very patent issues that is going on. They pretend not to know such things are affecting the lives of people. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mark. Let me quote Wole Soyinka again. Wole Soyinka was recently quoted to have said, "To this government, that is Buhari government, we repeat the public cry. Seek help. Stop improvising with human lives. Youth, that is, the future, should not serve as ritual offering on the altar of a failing state. That is, the youths that are being killed from Greenfield State University in Kaduna, the youths that are being killed from the School of Agriculture in Kaduna, the youths that are being killed from the university in Benue. All these youths are being killed left, right, and center. Wole Soyinka says Buhari administration is using them as a ritual offering for a failing state. Nigeria is failing, and these youths are being killed as an offering for the sacrifice of this failing state." Let's listen to what the Niger State governor, one of the governors supposed to be close to Buhari and is of the APC, I believe. But in his state, there are so many things happening. Let's listen to the Niger State governor as he laments.
The situation is critical and it's terrible. Last night, we had over 3,000 people here from communities that have been displaced by bandits and Boko Haram elements around Munya and Shiro local governments. However, some of them have started going back to their various homes, and there are some other communities that we think are safe, they can go back. But the vast majority of them will have to remain here because their towns have been taken over by bandits and Boko Haram elements. Their wives have been seized from them. Their wives have been forcefully attached to Boko Haram members elements. In fact, I just heard they've already placed their flag in Kauri, so which means they've taken over the territory. And this is what I've been engaging the federal government with. And unfortunately, it has now gotten to this stage that if care is not taken, nobody, not even Abuja, is safe. We have been saying this for long. We've been saying this, and all efforts have been in vain. I hope with the outcome of these banditry activities and terrorist activities, I hope the time has come now to see reasons for a very coordinated military action to take place so that we displace. The Boko Haram elements are trying to use these areas as their home, just like they did in Sambisa. Well, Sambisa is hundreds of kilometers away from Abuja, but Kaure is less than 2 hours drive to Abuja, so nobody is safe anymore. Not even Abuja is safe. So this is the time to act. But everybody, all hands must be on deck. All hands must be on deck. It's not for Niger State alone, no. It's for everybody to act. We have made all the efforts we need to do, and we have done it. We have tried our best. I am confirming that we have Boko Haram elements in Niger State around Kauri. They've taken over the territory. They've installed their flag. I'm confirming that now. They've taken over the wives of people by force.
Well, and Nat, I think you're in the best position to comment on that. How seriously should we take this governor? What is he doing as a person, apart from the fact that the northern governors and the middle belt governors, they are castigating Mr. President. But it appears the southwest and southeast and south governors cannot come out and castigate the president like their northern counterparts. This was just one of the castigations from the northern governors, saying that the Buhari administration has not been doing enough. What was your comment on that? This is very important.
Well, I think the governor of Niger State Abubakar Bello Sani, the general principles of what he's saying is fine, but the details are faulty. He's speaking like an activist, but he's a governor of a state, an APC state, and he's speaking as if he's a PDP governor of some other place. He's criticizing the government in which he is serving, Bello has a lot of questions to answer because this is his second tenure as governor of Niger State, and it is known that he spends most of his time outside the state, outside Minna. He's in Abuja, he's in Kaduna, or he's watching Arsenal football matches in the
UK. Okay. Let me ask Mark. Mark, you've seen that one before now. What was your take? These governors are now passing the buck to Mr. President. Of course, our rigid structure has made it to be so.
Yes, Dr. Shago. Dr. Shago, these are very. The situation has really degenerated to what they used to call back in the days, Banana Republic. You know. The Niger State Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, like Dr. Nat just said it right. He's not sounding like a governor. How do you come to the press and talk like this when you have all in your power to do what you can do? So, well, he has said it. It's a sad situation. Boko Haram has taken over the territory in Niger State. And they've displaced residents, they've taken people's wives. He said 50 communities have been affected. And they've taken over everywhere. So there's nothing more to say than to hope that we pray and hope that the presidency, the federal government will come in and help him. Because what he's doing indirectly is asking for help from the federal. So let's hope that they will come in, but he should have also done his bit in this. He obviously didn't take some actions when the heat was brewing. So it comes down to what we are saying. The government is looking at all these as minor issues, and the thing keeps escalating. It keeps blowing up. One day, sorry to use this word, doctor. One day, Buhari will wake up, and when he says fellow Nigerians, he'll be surprised that Nigeria, no, there are no fellow Nigerians.
but Mark, why are the southern governors, why are they keeping quiet? Why are they not castigating the president? Is there any reason?
Yes, you know why, doctor. Most of the southern governors are APC governors, and you know how the party functions. Everybody keeps mood, but also the southern governors have fortified themselves. Take note that the Omotekun is in place, and they are using that to safeguard their territory. So somehow they are not seeing much of this because the Amotekun is really on the prowl, and they all agree to it. It's working for them, and so that way it has reduced so much of these things we see in the north, and now it's coming to the east. The east.
Let me ask the same question to Honorable Kenneth. Honorable Kenneth, I'm not particularly happy that the Southwest governors, Kayode Fayemi, Akeredolu, all of them are playing low-level politics, not being able to come out to say that Buhari has failed them or the federal government has failed them. Why are they keeping quiet? It looks like not until people are being killed in their domain, they will now shout. If indeed we are one Nigeria, one person killed in Sokoto or Borno should affect every Nigerian if actually we are a nation state. Why are these people keeping quiet? Look at the Niger State governor. irrespective of how reckless he could have been. At least it's coming out. We're going to listen to Benue State Governor very soon in the next few minutes. We're going to see how he's saying that you want to kill us all, kill us all. So why, Kenneth, why are the Southern governors not shouting at the top of their voice?
Or they claim they are serving the people for 4 years and they want to go back to the Senate. So they are very, very much afraid to call a spade because they are always scared if they criticize the federal government, they basically come after them in one way or the other. And so what you're saying is people not taking the people serious. The governors, the leaders are not taking the people very serious, but rather thinking about their political calculation. And that's the only way to explain that. I see my Governor Okowa of Delta State, crying that the hoodlum has taken over Delta State. Well, I understand that there are some limitations as the chief security officer, what he could do with the police and the military. But at least, like you said, the minimum we expect of him is to criticize the system, to say that we are in trouble and we need help, but not speaking out and not speaking strong enough. It's purely political calculation.
Okay, thank you. Nat, Governor Wike just 2 days ago said that there is a curfew from, I think, 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. You cannot come in and out of his state. Is that one of the responses to all these problems?
Yeah, because there have been a lot of killing activities too in Rivers State, apart from his skirmishes with the IPOB armed wing. There are a lot of cultist activities in Rivers State that have continued to destroy life and property. And what Wilson Wike has done is to shut all the entry points to Rivers State by other states. And what we have also seen Wike do, Wike has also been consistent and persistent in criticizing the federal government of Nigeria, especially when it comes to this issue of insecurity in the land. And
okay,
so,
Nat, okay, sorry, because I want to hear your view on this one. Why is Sanwo-Olu, also Dapo Abiodun, Makinde, that is Lagos State Governor, Oyo State Governor, Ogun State Governor, Ondo State Governor, why are they not coming out, Ekiti State Governor? Why are they not coming out and shouting? The Amotekun they raised was only a ruse. Amotekun could not even stop anyone. I mean, the Yorubas would rather want to look up to people like Igboho rather than these governors. Why are these governors keeping quiet? Why can't they all come out in a solidarity message to Mr. President and say, look, we are being killed. What is wrong with these governors? I really want you to say, what is the problem? What is their problem? Is it Tinubu 2023 that is causing it? Or is it that, like Kenneth rightly said, that they will come after them, so they better keep their mouth shut? Is that enough to make people die?
I think, in fairness to the Southwest governors, the governor of Ondo State, Akeredolu, has been shouting, maybe not loud enough, but he has been shouting. And before the elections for his second term, he told the world that he's ready to forego the second term, but he has to shout and talk about the evil things that are happening, especially in Ondo State. And what I have also seen the Southwest do, they have been agitating for this self-determination. They have been agitating for succession. They have said they no longer want to belong to Nigeria because of what is happening, especially this marginalization, and especially the criminality in their forest. So
with Buhari having 2 years to run the show or not to run the show, will there be anybody left in the Oduduwa nation that they will be seceding? Because it appears that they will be run down by people who are with AK-47, and their Oduduwa nation will just be a thing of the past when they are defeated. So why are the governors, number one, they are not involved in this Oduduwa nation thing, and but they appear too silent, and history will judge them.
But I think some of the activities of this Southwestern governor may not be seen in the public, but there's a lot of undercurrent. There's a lot of things happening behind the scene. And I don't think some of those things happening are supporting Buhari in any way, form, or shape. So
the people that are being killed, they are not killed in silence. They are killed openly. They are abducted openly. They are kidnapped openly. There can be no silent supporting. There must be open one. But we will go on break right now. Time is up for our break. When we return, we will be discussing the issue of insecurity in Nigeria. We will bring one more Nigerian to tell us what is going on in Nigeria. And we will shout at the rooftop. They have not had anything, right from Buhari through the federal government, through the legislature, executive, and the judiciary in Nigeria. We will shout on them until they do something, or until the international community do something, recognize that a state is failing and is failing woefully. Don't go away, we'll be right back.
Ben Television has been going for almost 2 decades now, representing the African, Caribbean, and ethnic communities in the diaspora, especially based in the United Kingdom. We have been providing content, various programs to empower, make an intervention, deliver, and enlighten the mainstream community about what it is to be a BAME in the United Kingdom. For almost 2 decades, this has been our ethos, bridging the gap. Now we seek for your support and partnership in delivering what we need to achieve in the coming generation for our youth, either through training, mentorship, empowerment for their entrepreneurial skill, talent, and in their business. Ben Television, bridging the gap, you're welcome to be with us. Thank you very much for joining and being partners of Ben TV, creating that bridge between the mainstream and the other communities in the United Kingdom and in Europe.
It has been 1 year of coronavirus, and that sickness has affected the whole globe. The aftermath will even be worse, the way the scientists are telling us. And we believe that we need to counter it right now. If 1 million souls should do good to 1 other million souls, it will be a better place. So we want to start this project. 1 million souls to do good to 1 million souls. Why don't you join us? You don't have to register anywhere. Follow me on Twitter at Shegun Johnson UK for daily tips. There we show you how to do good to 1 person. Always remember, 1 million souls, do good to 1 million souls.
Thanks for staying with us. It's Ben Television, and the program is You Decide. All we do, we give you information, we give you facts, and we give you the analysis. But at the end of the day, you decide. Now we're talking about insecurity in Nigeria. And this is what the Benue State governor had to say to the president. The Benue State governor was not happy at all. And he decided to come out when about 7 of his people have just been killed at the IDP. Studio, please give us what that Benue State governor, when he was coming, and the people were paused for a war. They were really paused for a war, and they came out with their cordials. But what could cudgels do? What could stone do in the presence of AK-47? Watch how this governor laments, and he has lamented before. Let's have that clip in the studio.
It is an unfortunate development that what is happening, if the federal government have taken proactive steps, today we will not be where we are. These cops you're seeing here, in the last 2 weeks, we are burying over 70 people just in Makurdi local government alone. This is not accepted. Go to Guman, the same killings are taking place. Go to Gwa West, the same killings are taking place. This is not right. The federal government have refused to take proactive steps to arrest this ugly situation that we're witnessing here today. You will recall that I alerted the entire nation when Fulanis in 14 countries met in Yola and declared that except we repeal the prohibition of open grazing law, Benue will not know peace. And on the ground, I did say that I was targeted for elimination, to be assassinated, and that was done on me. It's only God that saved me. And I did say they are going after my people. So federal government should arrest the leadership of Mayor Tia Lakota and Hore that hosted that meeting. Up to today, nothing has been done. This is really unfortunate. It means we don't have a government in place at the federal level. We don't have a government. This is very sad. Because if proactive steps were taken by arresting Mayor Tia leadership, this will not happen. For several years, we have been calling on federal government to take proactive steps to address this matter. They have refused to do. You can imagine, this is a bag in an IDP camp. They are joining villages here. With the real camp and the adjoining villages are occupied by IDPs. And what else do you want them to do? You send these people away from their villages. They came here to take refuge. And today, they are being killed in this manner. Over 70 people have been killed in the last 2 weeks by this aspect. They no longer come with their cattle. They come because they are looking for livestock they have to kill. They have even sent messages that except livestock guard refuse to take their cattle so that they will come and graze on our farms. And this we say no, it will not be accepted. What kind of a thing is it? What kind of country we are in? Mr. President said the other day that the security men should shoot anyone with AK-47. And up to today, we have not heard where security men have shot them. The Minister of Defense came and reversed what Mr. President said, that they said they are arrested and prosecuted. Where are we going? How do you wake up every day and you see your people being killed? How can I be a happy man with this kind of a thing? How can I be a happy man? So please, Mr. President must do the needful. And I want to suggest that immediately let there be a security summit. I'm aware that in Niger, in Zamfara, all over the country, northeast, northwest, north central, southeast, south, west, all the places, this kind of barbaric act is being taken by the same Fulanis. And people are afraid to say it. And they give them a name bandit. They are not bandit, they are Fulanis. These ones that came here, look at the person which they were seeing, and they were speaking that language. And they came and insisted that they must take government to prescribe or repeal the prohibition of open grazing act. That will not happen. It is not my making. It's the people of Benue State that told me to do that law. I didn't sit on my own and did any law. And so no one should try and make anything. You know? So this is sad. This is sad. This is sad. My heart bleeds. And President Buhari must arise to his responsibility as the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. If he doesn't do it, our people say that the goat doesn't bite. But when you push it to the wall, it will bite. This is not right. This is not accepted. This is not accepted. President Buhari was elected by the people. He must arise and do something. No other person has the responsibility of arming the security men and providing enough equipment and funding to ensure that they eradicate this. This is too sad. Buhari cannot be playing us around because these are Fulani men doing the same thing. As I said, they want to take over our land. If not, what is the essence? You send people away from their farms, and here they are in IDP camp, you come and kill them. What else do you want me to say? Buhari, if you were the governor of Benue State, what do you want me to say? You must arise and do something to stop it. They are your kinsmen. Call them and tell them this is enough. This is being taking us for granted too far. And this will not be accepted. I know the implication of telling people to go on self-help. And I want to repeat my call that if you are serious on this security matter, Mr. President, allow us to buy AK-47 and this is that is what President. He was licensed so that we too can face them. You have armed your brothers. You have armed your brothers. And you have disarmed us. I saw somewhere where security men arrested those people who had cutlasses, who had swords, who had this thing because they are from Benue State. How about the Fulani men? You know where they are. Go and disarm them. You give an order. Your defense minister will reverse the order. What kind of a thing is that? This is very, very sad. President Buhari, we are not asking you to protect us because we want favor from you. It is your responsibility. And you must arise. All this one getting your aides to speak on security matter, it is wrong. You must stand up and address the nation and declare emergency on security. Call a security summit, bring all of us together, and let us agree. And you must be sincere this time, not just playing on us.
Well, you have had it all. Nat, do you think Buhari can arise? He was shouting, Buhari must arise. Is Buhari in a position to arise or is dead as a dodo?
Unfortunately, Buhari has had all the opportunities he needed to arise. He didn't arise. So I cannot see him at this moment arising. And again, he has less than 2 years to go. Buhari is leaving behind a country worse than what he met it. And I'm sorry, he has no legacy. And if you recall, even the military regime, it was Leti Diagma who was calling the shots, who was the chief of general staff in the Supreme Headquarters. So it seems Buhari is not, he doesn't have the leadership qualities, no charisma, and he really doesn't mean anything to him apart from sitting down in Aso Rock and people are coming every day to see him. And this is what we have today. The country...
I shall be coming back to you to give us region by region insecurity because we must shout at the rooftop. It will never be said that the diasporans kept quiet. No, we will shout until if somebody hears us from somewhere. So this is just the beginning. The Nigerian government should know that we will shout to everybody, the British government, American government, Nigerians, the diaspora all over the world. We will continue shouting. This is just the early part of beginning. Look at the way Benue State governor was shouting. That's why I'm disappointed in all of those Southwest governors sitting there and there waiting for 2023. But Mark, Milan, the Benue State governor, Samuel Ortom, said, give our boys AK-47. And there was an uproar. The people applauded it. Is that the only way?
Thank you, Dr. Shagun. In fact, while we were showing the Benue situation, right about now, some tweets are coming in. Gunmen just killed 9 persons in Ojukwu University. Ojukwu University town is in Anambra State, the east side of Nigeria. So 9 people have just been killed, and like they say, gunmen, unknown gunmen. Also, unknown gunmen has killed 2 soldiers while we were talking in Ebonyi State. Also, there is a clash going on right now in Lagos with the Hausas and the Yorubas. Remember that on Monday, there was a similar clash in a place called Lasu in Lagos. The Lasu section,
Lagos State University.
Yes, Lagos State, west of Nigeria. There was clash there between the Yoruba Okada drivers and the Hausa Okada drivers. So that was quelled that day. But right now we're talking, there's a strong confrontation going on again between the Hausa and the Yoruba youths. So these are occurrences that will keep going on until something really strong steps in. And like Dr. Nat said, our man is just there. The president is just being very, very complacent with situation, which is not fair, because these are people's life. This is not. We're not talking of chicken or animals, of goods. We're talking of human being being treated like nothing. Human being killed, and you see how they just open their bodies and spray them out there. So while we're talking, a lot of things are still happening, and it's still happening. It's very sad.
So what will you say to Autumn's message? President, arise. President, is any president arising? Let's be honest with ourselves.
Let's be honest with ourselves, Doctor. We don't see how that could happen, because that situation in Abagana, in the IDP camp located in the outskirts of Makurdi, this is south of the middle belt of Nigeria. That incident is a clear incident of the Fulanis venting their anger on people that are not Fulanis, pouring their anger on ordinary Nigerians. And this is coming because they have
what will you suggest diasporans can do? Because we all have members of our family there. What will you suggest we can do now? What kind of shouting can we do from here? Because the southern governors, they appear to have been overwhelmed and captured towards politics of 2023. What can we do?
Sir.
Do we start
very
performing
good. Yes, Doctor. That's a very good one. This is why ADC, and this is why we have my boss. My boss is here, and the chairman of ADC, national chairman. This is why diaspora have to all come unitedly together and increase our noise, our agitation, our complaint, and make them know that we are not happy. Also, at a time like this, it's also good that diaspora could use some things that are here to our disposal. We can lay our complaint to The Hague, for example. We can lay our complaint to United Nations. We can put our complaint to all these big organizations that are in charge of human affairs. So diaspora can come together as one people, diaspora Nigeria. And I'm happy also my boss is here. He could talk more on that. This is that time.
Let me go straight to your boss, Kenneth.
Yes,
he's still with us in Nigeria. Hello, Kenneth. Yes. Kenneth, please, what's your immediate take listening to the Benue State governor?
Apology again for the poor network connection. He is not alone. What he just complained just show you how pathetic the situation in Nigeria is. The Enugu State governor said similar things. He was trying to reach the president to complain about an imminent attack. He tried to reach the 82 GOC commander to report an immediate attack. He did not get 2 hours after, he did not get any reply. But immediately that attack took place, they mobilized all the necessary resources to stop counter-attack. The Delta State governor just said that the hoodlums and bandits are taking over the state. it shows you the sad situation of Nigeria. That is why restructuring is not anything we can go, past. Either Nigeria will restructure or Nigeria will die. Let us call it the way it is. And I'm happy the way you're saying that we should keep shouting. And our able publicity secretary just said that let us continue to shout. The president was sent back home from London because he came to take a medical opportunity he failed to give us in Nigeria. Sometimes I think Ekweremadu was actually asked to leave Germany because of his antics, and the foreign affairs minister one time was also sent out of Austria. We have to deploy those legal tactics in addition to what our able policy secretary said. We should begin to hold them accountable in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. We should put pressures on our siblings in Nigeria. We'll make all the necessary agitation that we can, letting them know that things are not the way it is. Unfortunately, I must say that unfortunately, when I came down 2 months ago, I was expecting to see a more agitated youth, a more agitated Nigerian populace. But I think they have been psychologically manhandled, traumatized, that they seem to think that it is normal. There's nothing they can do about it. And that is why I believe that Nigeria needs the diaspora at this point in time to help overcome these traumas that they've been going through for years.
I cannot agree more. It appears that Nigerians have been overwhelmed and overcome. No, Kenneth, please, you are going to help me one more time. If this had happened in Germany, students of the university are being killed, not in one university, not in 2 universities, but almost every university in that country, what will have happened? I mean, the populace. What will the people have done as a group of people?
The representative of those areas that the incident took place will have to go. They will have a sustained demonstrations, not only from those people, from civil organizations. And you can see what is happening in Nema. You can see what happened in a Bassa region in Spain. All we need to do, like I said, I agree we've been traumatized, but we need to ginger the last available hope to be able to stand up to these people. In Germany, by now, the heads of the prime minister, the heads of the representative will be being called. And there's going to be a sustained, agitation and demonstration, including legally interrupting the proceeding in the parliament. And I think that's what Nigeria will have to come up to. NSAS movement was the first shot, and I think and I pray that will not be the last.
I'm asking you this question because you live in the West, you live in Germany, and how did we get here? How did the youth get here? They did the NSAS, and it was very psychedelic, with all the gadgets, with the music. It doesn't have the cut of a revolution. It has the cut of Victoria Island, well-bred boys showing off their articulation and oration and technology. It doesn't appear that revolution can go through that way. Revolutions are something more serious, especially with the kind of serious problems we have. Nat, tell us what's been happening in different parts of Nigeria quickly, because I know that we have 4 minutes to do that. That we have to go on a break. But tell us region by region. I just want the whole world to hear now. It's no longer Nigeria to hear, because Nigerians are going, and it appears that the Nigerians have been sworn into lack of demonstration. They're interested in bread and butter rather than in freedom. But Nat, please help us.
Well, let's start from the northeast geopolitical zone, especially Borno State and Yobe State. In Borno State, just some few days ago, you find the Damasak and a place known as Meano. The Boko Haram overrun a military super camp and took away their arms and ammunition. And we had that the Air Force, in an attempt to give them air support, air strike, air power, Nigerian soldiers were killed, around 12 or so of them. that we call a friendly fire, but that was sad and unfortunate. And you find the governor of Borno State again coming to Abuja to the villa, and what he said was alarming and revealing. He said the people, those who are coming, have not been telling Buhari the truth. They have not been telling Buhari the truth. In Gaidam, in Yobe State, the house of the acting IG was set up.
Wait a minute. You said Buhari has not been told the truth. Can he not watch the news or read the newspaper himself?
Well, I'm just saying what Zulum said.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
Yeah. So if you go to Gaidam is a town in Yobe State, not too far from Potiskum, the capital of Yobe State. ISWAP, the Islamic State for West Africa project, took over Gaidam from Friday to Wednesday this week. They held the town, and people are running helter-skelter. People are running across the border, Niger Republic and Benin Republic, because Zamfara has border with these areas. If you now go to northwest geopolitical zone, the bandits have now started attacking people in Kebbi State, which we didn't hear before, but not to talk of Zamfara State, where more than 70 or 80 people were killed just last week. They have taken over some local government in Zamfara State. Sokoto State also have not fared any better. People have been killed there. Katsina State, there is some quiet at the moment. Kanu, not much. Jigawa, not much. But when you come to Kaduna State has been of recent the epicenter of kidnapping. People are being killed. And for the first time, there was an attack in Zaria town. The kidnappers went into 2 or 3 houses, took out the wives and the children, but it's never happened in Zaria town before. Kaduna State, the Afaka 30 are still with their abductors. Southern Kaduna, the killing is on daily basis, and then you have the Greenfield University students. I think 17 of them, minus 5 now. 5 have been killed. Niger State, as we heard from the governor.
How could the president sleep? How could the governor sleep? 5 university students were killed by bandits under their watch. The same thing happened in Makurdi. The same thing happened in Afaka. And how could they sleep in themselves? How could the representatives sleep? These people who are elected to represent them, how could they sleep? How could they live? Why do Nigerians keep quiet? All of them, all the 200 million people. How could they keep quiet? And all these students were being killed while they were studying to improve the material knowledge of Nigeria, and people are just keeping. Look, we're going on a short break. When we return, we will continue on the sleepiness, not only of Buhari, but the sleepiness of the whole nation while it's failing. We'll be back.
give yourself away for me.
Ben Television has been going for almost 2 decades now, representing the African, Caribbean, and ethnic communities in the diaspora, especially based in the United Kingdom. We have been providing content, various programs to empower, make an intervention, deliver, and enlighten the mainstream community about what it is to be a BAME in the United Kingdom. For almost 2 decades, this has been our ethos, bridging the gap. Now we seek for your support and partnership in delivering what we need to achieve in the coming generation for our youth, either through training, mentorship, empowerment for their entrepreneurial skill, talent, and in their business. Ben Television, bridging the gap, you're welcome to be with us. Thank you very much for joining and being partners of Ben TV, creating that bridge between the mainstream and the other communities in the United Kingdom and in Europe.
Thanks for staying with us. It's still Ben Television, and the program is You Decide. We give you information, facts, and analysis, but you decide. We were just vexed with the issue of Nigeria. Not only the president is sleeping, but we believe that many Nigerians are sleeping. And how could their students being killed left, right, and center, and everybody just wake up the following morning as if nothing has happened? The representatives are not shouting as they ought to shout. They are not refusing to allow the president to I mean, there is a chaos going on, and everybody just hope and wish that it will disappear, whereas it's not disappearing. And more students have been now, according to Wale Soyinka, which we all see, the students are now the ritual sacrifices. They are the ritual offering of this failing state. But listen to what one senator said. His name is Smart Adeyemi from Kogi West. Listen to what he's saying. But you watch the reaction of other senators. I mean, it's like when you finish, you will sit down and life will continue as usual. That is what we have. Let's have that clip of Smart Adeyemi.
I rise to support the motion. I'm Smart Adeyemi, and I represent the good people of Kogi West. And like Mr. President, we attest to it. I personify the masses of this country. And each time I speak from the language of the man on the street. Mr. President, insecurity is a serious problem today in Nigeria. And there comes a time when you cannot but speak the truth, irrespective of the sentiments you may share. Today, Mr. President, all of us have been threatened. Our families, our nation, our state. Order. A lot has been said this morning, Mr. President, and I want to thank you for giving us time to speak expressly on this issue. Like my sister was saying, there comes a time when talk will talk itself. There comes a time when truth will become like a torchlight in the midst of silence. So you are forced to talk. Mr. President, we need not run away from the fact that more than ever before in the history of our nation, this is the worst instability we are facing. In fact, this is worse than the Civil War. Are you in PDP? Mr. President, the solution is very simple. Today there are a lot of misgiving, a lot of misinterpretations of what is happening. Some people believe, some people in government are supporting this move. Some people believe some people sponsor those who are destabilizing our nation within the country. The answer is very simple. We cannot pretend that we are capable of confronting the situation in our hands. America, as powerful as they are, when the pandemic came, it got to a point that China had to claim, they came to their rescue. We shouldn't pretend that we needed foreign support now. Let nobody deceive us, Mr. President. A lot of billions of naira have been voted for security services. Nothing is coming out of it. We wouldn't wait until our nation gets bombed. Let us shout and call for foreign support. I am a APC man and I've been supporting my party. But the president should get to know that it has gotten to a point that we who are supporters, who are members of the APC, we can no longer keep quiet. The president must rise to the occasion. You will not see the truth and you are afraid to say it because you will die. We must open, Mr. President. The nation is on fire. The president must rise to the occasion. It costs us nothing to get foreign support. We must rise to the occasion. We must bring in people to save this country, or else we will be consumed. Every one of us will have a chapter for history. Whenever the history of this period will be written, whatever is our position, we have a chapter. We cannot keep quiet any longer. It has gotten to a point that we cannot sleep with our two eyes closed. We are not free. Our children are not free. The president must rise to the occasion. There is no nation that is so powerful that doesn't need support of other nations. Individual cannot say you will leave the war without any other person with you. So we must rise. The situation is our security system has collapsed. It has failed. And because it has failed, we need to look for foreign support. It costs Nigeria nothing. Forget the ego, forget the superiority of Nigeria in African nation. Today, we are facing serious problem. If our nation is to survive this period, I'm not in doubt that the security architecture we have today cannot cope with what we are facing. Every part of this country is threatened. From the north to the south, nobody is safe. Nobody can travel 50 kilometers in our nation. I feel like shedding tears for a country that we grew up, where nobody had asked you when you travel from Lagos to Maiduguri. I done it in time past. Today I cannot travel from here to Kaduna to Niger State where I was born. The president must know that this is a bad time for our nation. We must look for foreign support to save this nation. This is my position, Mr. President. We must rise to it. They are killing people in the east, in the west, in the south, in the north. We should shut down the National Assembly. Let's shut down. If we cannot save this country, we stay in our homes. Our country is bleeding. People are in poverty. There's no food. People are hungry. Insecurity is threatening us. We cannot pretend. It's better we're not here. That's the next thing that here. People are dying. Every day Nigerians are dying. We must rise to the occasion. As for me, Mr. President.
Thank you, Smart Adeyemi, Senator representing Kogi West. Nat, did he shout enough? Do you think Buhari is listening? Do you think Nigerians are listening? How many Nigerians out of the 200 million see what he's seeing? Nat, help me out.
Well, distinguished Senator Smart Adeyemi is somebody I know personally. He was born in Minna. And this is not his first time of being in the Senate. He was there before Dino Melaye took his seat. But my problem with Smart Adeyemi is that he's part of the team that created the mess in which we are in today. You remember Osunbajo nearly died in Kaba because of Smart Adeyemi when his helicopter crashed. Now APC in Kogi State, APC at the federal level, they are not performing. But we said they were the best. So some of these things they are saying is just hyping
How did you link Oshibajo's crash and Smart Adeyemi?
And because he went to campaign for Smart Adeyemi.
Okay.
In Kogi State, Kogi West. He went to campaign.
Talking about Oshibajo, he cannot come out to say the government is failing, can he?
Well, he's the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If the government is failing, then he should resign.
So, but he cannot resign because his principal, Tinubu, is hoping to come to be the president in 2023. So how could he resign? It will be like betrayal for him. And so 2023 is I mean, Nigeria has been slaughtered for probably Tinubu's 2023, isn't it?
But the normal thing that should have been done, the 23 will be the first man that should get the offer is Osinbajo. It is when he declines, then anybody else can be thinking of that. But
that's not what the Constitution says. The Constitution says anybody could contest.
No, but what that is the normal practice, that's the tradition in democracies.
Well, it's not about tradition, it's about Constitution, isn't it? Mark.
You know, the situation is going out of hand, really. But I don't want to also forget the question you put to my boss, so that we can also do that.
Okay, go ahead. Answer it if you may. Yeah, go on.
Yes, the Nigeria, as at yesterday, you know, there are some organizations that do ranking. They put out ranking of countries and
good governance.
Yes, good governance. As at yesterday, we are on the list of the ranking, and we sit in the number 104 over 106 countries. We are number 104. So just 2 steps below, we're out. And how they classified it is countries in terms of government capabilities and outcome and performance. So we are doing terrible. It's more than appalling. And the government still sees it that it's the opposition party that is just creating all this. So it's sad. So, Doctor, I would like you to continue with a question for ADC, my boss, the ADC chairman.
Honorable Kenneth, yeah, I'm so glad you're still with us. If ADC should become the party that wins the Nigerian presidency, what will you do immediately you get into the office?
First, we have to retire our grandparents who has been on the political scene since I was born. They have virtually nothing new to offer us. Secondly, like the policy from the ADC, 75% of the position, both at the federal and local level, will be allocated to the youth and women. We need people with best international practice. If Ngozi Okonjo, if Adeshina, if all the smart guys that were invited to Biden government, these are Nigerians. So we have to bring in the best of Nigerians. We identify what the situations already are, and we start solving them. So we need new heads, new blood to come and rejig the Nigerian nation. It's very, very important fundamentally. But most importantly, the rule of law. Any place in the world where there's no rule of law, you can forget it. I listened to Adeyemi speech in the House. I actually was sharing tears internally. No matter what his past, where or are, he has made a call that every Nigerian should make. And I thank you, Doctor, that you also emphasized that today in the studio. We can't stop shouting. We need more Adeyemis in PDP, in APC, and in ADC. We need to keep shouting on that. We need to retire our politicians who have nothing to offer this generation but to protect their stomach and get the young Nigerians, the youth, the women, the people who understand what it is to build the nation, to put all hands on deck to change the situation of this country. So we need young ones. We need people who understand.
One more question for you. Apart from the government, the federal government sleeping, I mean, we are doing now they're sleeping. And I'm not the only one saying so. What is showing guys saying so? Governor Otom is saying so. Governor Sani is saying so. Everybody knows that the federal government is sleeping. How do you wake up the Nigerian youths into place? When you talk about NSAS, the northern youths said they were not participating. They were telling the whole world we're not part of it. So they are not awakened to the SARS brutality and tribalism and poverty. They just were not awake. When you look at the southern people, they're not awake that fellow Nigerians are being killed in the north. Some of them are even southerners living in the north, but they are not awaking. I mean, if you wake up in the morning and it's like life continues. Nobody is gingered to say, look, governance is essential. How do you awaken sleeping Nigerians?
Thank you very much, Doc, for that question. Let me go quickly as long as the network allows. The first thing I did in Nigeria is to organize a global conference. In this global conference, we integrated the youth. The youth are part of this global conference. As we speak, we are working with National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS. We're working with Nigerian Youth Council. ADC has been vetted by the Nigerian youth just a few months ago as the most current alternative party that supports the youth. So we are working together with the youth. We want to make them to realize the potent questions you've just raised. Whatever happens to anybody in Nigeria happens to all of us, whether it's in the north or in the south. So we are going to be working with Nigerian youth. We have what we call the Nigerian Youth Ambassador Initiative Program in collaboration with the ADC and ADC Diaspora Network. And going forward, starting from today as I speak, there's going to be a series of conferences across the nation where the youth will be given the pole position to begin to sensitize their fellow youth that it is time for us to change the story in this country. So the youth are going to be totally involved in this awareness and this campaign. I think that's the only way we think we can awaken the youth. And the other youth will start seeing results from that.
Thank you very much. That we'll definitely have several weeks to be digesting what you've said, and Nigeria is looking forward to help from anywhere, everywhere. Let me come back to Nat quickly. I look at the time, and the time is fast spent. Nat, what other regions do you want to inform us what has been happening, especially in Southwest? What's going on in Southwest? We understand that as of now, there are some people with AK-47 in those forests. Do we have any information?
You said not, I mean, Southwest.
Yes, Southwest.
The ISWAP, the Islamic State of West Africa project, they are now in the Southwest, especially Ogun State and part of Oyo State. And
how ready are the state governments how ready are they to face the reality, or they are burying their head in the sand?
Well, they are not quite ready. They are not quite ready because we had a security warning that these people were coming, and they allowed them cross the borders from Kebbi State, from Kwara State, from Niger Republic, from Benin. And they are now in part of the Southwest, especially Ogun State and part of Oyo State.
And the federal government is just nowhere to be seen to handle this one.
We have said that there is no federal government, there is no state government, especially the federal. There is nobody who can hold accountable or responsible.
Okay, let's paint a scenario. Now these bandits go into a secondary school or university, capture some students, kill them, and then their parents will go to work the following day, or the people will go to work the following day. I mean, what mentality has the Nigerians have? What mentality do they have that some students will be captured, killed, and the rest will go to work the following day? I mean, is that no sense of human dignity in Nigeria at all?
Exactly.
Well, we've not Mark.
Nat.
Yes. Yes, sir. I was going to say that's a very important aspect of the conversation. This is as a result of years of suppression and years of people being mentally worked on. The average Nigerian has been worked on to see his or herself as not being very, very the value, the human value has fallen in Nigeria. So people, situations will be happening, casualties, things will be going on, occurrences, and all they will do is, well, that's life, it doesn't concern me, and life still continues. People still go ahead doing the same thing they've been doing. So this is how they've worked on our brain, on the brains of the average Nigerian in Nigeria, to believe that you can't do anything. You have been programmed to live like this. This is your life, you know? So, and that mentality keeps going on from generations to generations. People just accept whatever they see. Like you see how electricity, for example, we've lived 60 years of our country without electricity. And it has rubbed on people's mind. People feel, okay, this is how life is. So it's a very deep thing to say. These are issues we need to talk buttress more and really get to tell our people that you can wake up from this slumber. We can all get out and be awoken to a new life as human beings. Have value to our life. See our life as this is once in a lifetime. I mean, nobody comes to life twice. It's once. So
Mark, you see one of our problems you highlighted a few moments ago. There was this skirmish in front of Lagos State University. Okada riders and we understand National Union of Road Transport Workers Union, they were clashing. And they clashed, and we had that it boiled down to Yoruba versus Hausa, because many of the Okada riders were not even Yoruba people. So it's later now degenerated, and the police appear to be enjoying the show, because with all the clips we have, the people were going on rampage, smashing cars of innocent people, and the police and the soldiers were just watching. Nobody tried to stop them. I mean, and then so some people will have to pick up the bills on their own. And again, like you said, they started again. They started this morning in continuity, and it will soon degenerate into Yoruba versus Hausa, or Yoruba and Igbo versus Hausa, because there are many Igbo people that working in Alaba. So why? How did we get here? I mean, and is there anything we can do at all? How did we really get here?
That's it, Dr. Segun. We got there because everybody is bitter, but so little things snaps off people's emotion. Anyway, what the situation on Monday when the initial one started was something to do with fee and some rules that were placed. So the Hausa people reacted, and the other group also reacted, and emotions will begin to boil out, and people will begin to react. So that was what started it, but things might escalate beyond that. Before you know, it will get into all these things.
Thank you very much. Let me just ask Honorable Kenneth before we close. Honorable Kenneth, what will be your last word today? And I hope when you get back to Germany, we will have you again when the technology will be steadier and people will be able to listen to you. I still want to bring you to the studio as soon as possible, maybe in the next 4 weeks or 6 weeks when you go back to Germany. So, Honorable Kenneth, what's your last take as we leave this program?
I will call them to listen to what exactly Mark have said. They said that for a thing that his time has come, no army in the world can stop it. Nigeria is at crossroads. I can just say it over and over again. You've said it here. We just can't keep shouting. It is time to save this country. It is time to rescue this country. And we have seen that the only, well, let me not say the only, we need the diaspora. We need people like Adeyemi in all political parties to begin to say, Mr. President, you have failed this country. It is time for you to give way. We need your hands. So the youth have to wake up and take the responsibility into their hands.
Okay, how do you coordinate the diaspora into helping Nigeria, maybe even in shouting and in getting involved? Is there any formula that you have in mind?
Well, yes, having served Nigerian Diaspora Organization for 8 years, active years, as chairman in Germany and chairman in Europe, we have set up 5 continental bodies in ADC Diaspora, 5 continental bodies in Oceania, US, Americas, Asia, and Africa. And we, as we speak, we have series of seminars. We scheduled our global diaspora conference from sometimes in July, 23rd of July. We're having a diaspora youth conference also sometimes in July. These are all the mechanisms we are putting in place. I'm going to put the experience I had over the 8 years leading Nigerian diasporas at play to make sure that we fully mobilize the diaspora to be active through conferences, workshops, and enlightenment.
Okay, we'll be looking forward to receiving you in London when you come organizing. I would definitely want to see what we can do to mobilize and galvanize Nigerians living in London and perhaps in England, and see what Nigerians can do. I mean, if we have to use your structure, we will use it so that, somebody has to just put things together. All the Nigerians I've ever met in my life, they love their country, Nigeria. I've never seen a Nigerian say I don't love Nigeria. But whether they are now participating to move it on is another thing. Every Nigerian loves Nigeria, and I'm sure Nigerians are shedding tears today. But tears alone will not solve our problem.
Doc, let me regard. You have been able to call a spade by its name and not as a working tool, because you feel that there's a time for us to rise and save this nation, irrespective of your political party. So I will call on my fellow media practitioners like you, who have seen it all and said, you know what, enough is enough. Let people like you put heads together and raise their voice. This is the most powerful tool we can use to reach out to Nigerians in diaspora and Nigerians at large. So thank you, Doc, for leading this new media campaign, and we'll be looking forward to work with you as time comes.
Yes, thank you very much. That's how far we can go today. But before I ask my colleagues to say something in closing in 10 seconds each, I want you to listen to this song. It looks like a mother. Listen to this song. It looks like Mother Africa weeping for her son, that something is wrong somewhere. There are times we just need some music, some song to reflect what is going on. Before I thank the rest of the crew, studio, let's hear a mother from Africa sing.
Crazy world, people dying like flies every day. You read about it in the news, but you don't believe it. You will only know about it when the man in the long black coat knocks on your door. 'Cause there is next victim.
As we end this program, just 10 seconds. Now,
well, all hands must be on deck to salvage Nigeria.
Amen. Mark.
Yes, thank you very much. Nigerian, this is the time we need to really increase our voice. Our voices should be loud on the rooftop, and let's save our country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's how far we can go today. We have seen from all the available evidence before us that not only President Buhari and his cabinet are sleeping, the whole of Nigeria's population, 200 million, are sleeping. Even in the north, where there are more killings than in the south, the youths have not been awoken to say enough is enough. In the south, it appears that they are saying is the problem of the north. So we want to start this from London. Awake Nigeria, awake president, awake governors, awake everyone in Nigeria. If you don't see it, we see you slumber. We see you snore. We hear you snore. You don't even know how much you are being killed. But one day you will awake. That's how far we can go today. I have to thank my guests, Kenneth Gbadi, living in Germany, but at the moment in Nigeria. We have to thank my in-house researcher, Nati Jakwo, our colleague from Milan, Mark Godwin, and of course the entire studio crew, Al Sainz, Hazel, and Antonia. Well, Anthony, we will come again your way next Wednesday when we bring the latest. But if you can awake one Nigeria, either in diaspora or in Nigeria, that will be very good. My name is Sheikh Johnson. God bless you all. God bless Nigeria.